Okay. So we did a video recently on Mike Tyson and Joe Rogan. They had a conversation and they were talking about the uber rich hunting homeless people. It got a lot of engagement and we thank you for that. We always encourage you, if you're listening to our videos or watching them, just give us your 2 cents. But we're asking that you use your 2 cents. So let's talk about some of these stupid comments. All right. Let's start with Lilo Leroy. Lilo. So credibility shot right off the bat. So he starts off and he says, when is there such a thing as to, I can't even, when is there such a thing as the right person to talk to about stuff? LOL. He wrote that. So listen, before I even comment on how stupid that is, I say dumb things all the time. But sometimes, I just have like word vomit and it comes out and then I'm like, ah, damn, I shouldn't have said that. He's typing these things. So you type it, you read it back, you could actually delete it. You could say something else. No, he typed this and he's like, this works. Well, let me tell you something, Lilo. If you ever get like a tight pain in your chest or maybe a migraine that won't go away, maybe you're taking a piss and it hurts. That would be the time. That would be the time when you want to talk to the right person about stuff. I don't recommend that you go down to the convenience store where you buy your cigarettes and you talk to the guy in the front of the convenience store selling dime bags. No, that's not the time when you want to talk to him, okay? Just pointing out the obvious here, so keeping it moving. I can't believe there's more. Y'all think movies are fake. Yes, movies are not real. Lilo, movies are fake. That's why there's production companies. That's why there's cameras, lights, a budget. That's why they hire actors and actresses, screenwriters, etc. They're not real. What I think you're alluding to, right, is movies get their inspiration from real life. And I think you're trying to make this point in your next air quote sentence where you say, movies are fake when they are literally the truth right in our faces, and the world decides if it's fake or not. Buddy, movies do not just take what is happening in the world and say, hey, that's a movie. Yes, they're fucking lazy as shit, but that's not how it works. They may get their influence from what's going on in the real world, but it's not a mirror. It's not an exact reflection. So listen, you stupid fuck, movies are fake. All right, so he continues and he says, you can see or create or make is real. This is not even a sentence, or at least a coherent one. If it's not real, here is real somewhere. And for you to think that it's not happening and LA what the fuck are you talking about? Listen, this, whatever, you know what? I think you actually need to see a doctor while you're typing this. You might be having a stroke. What the fuck are you saying? But he continues, or at least tries to. Big cities is ignorant as fuck. You will be surprised. They want you to keep thinking like that and think it's funny so they can keep doing what they're doing. So essentially he's saying they're throwing it in your faces and they're laughing at you because you think it's fake, even though it's real. And because you think it's fake, because you're ignorant, they're just going to keep doing it. Listen, Lilo, my co-host, I make fun of him all the time, right? Because he has like a styrofoam, hat or, tinfoil hat or whatever. You got the next level to that. Your whole house is tinfoil. Okay. What are you talking about? Listen, the same, like, I want to know where you get your information from, because the people who talk like this, like they're on a higher plane, like these conspiracy theorists, where are you getting your information from? Did you infiltrate this billionaire boys club that hunt humans? Listen, I think it happens personally, but the shit you're saying, you must have some sort of insider information. Where are you getting this from? I got to be honest with you, man. I don't know if you subbed to the channel. If you did, thank you. And please keep leaving comments like this, because you're going to keep me and everybody else entertained. All right. This is a new thing I'm trying, but what I would advise for you to do is go and talk to the right person about stuff, because something is missing upstairs. I thank you. Okay. Let's keep it moving, you guys. Okay. Here's another one, I think. Oh yeah. King Easy 904. Dude on the left needs to shut up. You put a lot of thought into that, King Easy. A lot of, listen, I think we actually had a bit of an engagement here. Oh yeah, so I go, why does he need to shut up? Because I'm assuming he was talking about me because I was doing most of the talking. But the thing is, King Easy, is I was on the right. Yeah, he goes, it appears that he's projecting his own way of thinking on, what? It appears that he is projecting his own way of thinking onto Mike Tyson. Dude, it's a podcast. My job is to talk. Like, what do you want me to do? Just sit on the screen and say nothing? It's my job is to give my opinion. I'm not projecting anything. So then he says, on top of distorting and miscomprehending what he said, then he acts like it's impossible for people to keep a secret. He has never heard of the Manhattan Project? ? And then I said, yes, I'll eat your babies. Mike Tyson is super connected to those inner circles. You got to remember, like Mike Tyson said, I'll eat your fucking babies, among many other crazy things. A lot of people in these comments are like, oh, Mike was really rich and, he was hanging out with all these super powerful. No, he wasn't. Shut up. No, he wasn't. He was hanging out with other celebrities. The club that I'm talking about, these celebrities that Mike was hanging around, put all their net worth together. They're not out hunting humans. Not with these niggas. I'm talking about the people who run the world. JP Morgan motherfuckers. Not fucking Mike Tyson and Jay Leno, you stupid dicks. You think Jay Leno's out shooting homeless people? You guys say some dumb shit, man. Like, let's keep it moving. Okay, here we go. Cypher, Lord bless. Y'all can't be this naive. We had an interaction. So I say, can you expand on that? Of course, Cypher doesn't respond. Some dickhead named Lords of Athan jumps in and he says, he means you know nothing, yet you act and speak like you do. You're naive to dismiss these things. And then I respond, yeah, thanks, Cypher. Appreciate it. Of course, because I wasn't talking to him and he jumped in. We know not. Again, this is what I'm talking about. Where are you getting your information from? How do you know what I'm saying is wrong? Are you and Mike bros? Did Mike talk to you and was like, yeah, yo, we went out the other day and we were hunting some homeless people and it was amazing. Did any of that happen? No. Here's another one. Michael Exyol. Mike could have been telling the truth. Look, like I said, you're entitled to believe whatever it is you want to believe. I encourage you to comment. I just ask that you think. That's it. Just think. Think, man. I do a podcast. We don't edit. I'm allowed to have word vomit and then pull it back later. I am. You, my friends, are typing. You got to put thought into every keystroke. But you're not doing that. No thought at all. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, so we also did a video about a Toronto woman who, stood too close to the TTC tracks and then somebody pushed her. Some interesting comments here, maybe not scholars, but anyways. So we got one person here named Ashley R. And she says, I'll tell you one thing. I bet that lady will never stand close to the subway tracks ever again. P.S. I'm not victim blaming. And this shit was funny because a lot of the people in the comments, said that I was victim blaming. In fact, my co-host said I was victim blaming. Listen, you stood too close to the tracks. Listen, Ashley, I agree with you. I do. And that's why I said, let this be a lesson. It's a train station, man. Why are you so close to the tracks anyways? I remember taking the subway and, especially during rush hour, right? Like you want to get a seat. You try to get as close to the doors as possible before the train gets there because you want to be the first in line. Even though it's a jungle, people still somewhat lined up. So you want to be the first in line. But let me tell you something. A seat on a train is not worth getting run over by said train, right? So Ashley, yes, thank you. I'm not victim blaming either. I'm just stating the obvious. And then, of course, you got this dickhead, Khalid Fars Al-Ali, quoting me, I am not blaming her, but he's still blaming her. Asshole. I'm not blaming her. I'm just pointing out the obvious. She should have been. Listen, bro, let me ask you this question. and you tell me if this is victim blaming. If there's a gunfight, right? One side of the streets, people shooting, another side of the street, people shooting, and then you got to walk home, right? And your house is on the other side of this gunfight. Well, I got to get home. I got to walk through, and you get shot. Is this victim blaming if I say you probably shouldn't have walked through the crossfire? Or am I just pointing out the obvious? I'll wait. All right. So then, what is this? I get why people don't want to use their real name on YouTube, but at least create like some sort of name, like a nickname that we can understand. What is this? Cute of the Vitic? I don't even know what the fuck this is. So they say, why can't we beat the lunatics? Why can't we beat the lunatics? Crazy people don't belong in society. I agree, except for the beating part. Well, sometimes. I was reading the other day, and I read, despite how I failed miserably at pronouncing this person's name. I do read. But I was reading the other day about a social contract. And you guys have probably heard that before. And if you haven't, essentially a social contract is when you are born into society, there are certain rights, human rights, that you give up for the betterment of the majority of the people in that society. So human rights, you should technically be allowed to do anything you want, right? It's your body. It's your life. Notice your, right? But you got to wear seatbelts. Can't drink and drive. Can't smoke indoors. It's your lungs. It's your life. If you want to shorten it by doing those things, who cares? But here's why it matters. Because what you do impacts other people, right? So social contract. And listen, if you don't like the laws or the rules in the social contract, and no, they don't need your signature and they don't need you to verbally say it's okay. But if you live in the society, this is what you're agreeing to. And if you don't like it, you can leave, right? You can be a nomad. Go live in, you know what I mean? Go live in the forest. But then even there's no social contract, but there is the laws of the jungle, right? You got to follow that shit or get eaten by a grizzly. So look, I'm with you. TV addict. I think that's what it is. QJ TV addict. I'm with you on that. Crazy people don't belong in society, which is why we have mental asylums, right? Which is why sometimes they end up in jail. So I'm not the only person who agrees with that. The law agrees with that. But yeah, you guys, thank you for commenting on this. Some of you guys are just idiots though. Let's keep it moving. You know what? I'm done. Yeah, I think that's probably enough for today. Look, if you guys like this little segment here, me commenting on the comments, well, leave more comments, you assholes. And we can have a conversation about my video commenting on the comments when you leave more comments on the videos that I'm making about commenting on the comments. Thank you guys, and subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. Deuces.